In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the oversavings trap that's killing your retirement. After years of helping people comfortably retire, I've noticed that most pre-retirees unnecessarily live below their means because of this trap that I'm going to talk to you about today. That's exactly why I'm making this video, so that you can avoid this pitfall and secure a stress-free retirement. So let's get right into it right now. So what's the main problem that people have with oversaving for retirement? Well, here's what I found. I found that retirees are so focused on not running out of money that they actually end up living far below their means. This causes them to miss out on the retirement that they've worked so hard for and saved so hard for their entire life. This is especially critical in the retirement red zone. This is the 5 to 10 years before and the 5 to 10 years after retirement. During that time frame, this is where important financial decisions must be made to secure your retirement. In addition to that, this is when most of your spending is going to be done from leisurely activities. And what I found is that if you don't spend money on these things, it's likely that you won't be able to later in retirement because of medical issues. People delay retirement unnecessarily because they think, I just need a little bit more. I need a little bit more here, a little bit more there, because doing that helps them feel more secure. I always tell my clients this, that my goal with you is to never have you work a day longer than you have to. Now, if you want to, that's a totally different story. But I'm here to show you how and when you can retire in order to fit the lifestyle that you've planned for. A lot of people also let the fear of market downturns or potential healthcare cost, dictate their retirement spending habits. They do this instead of structuring a sound plan that accounts for these risks. And I really think that people do this because the fear of the unknown causes them to make these drastic decisions. That's why creating a plan is so critical. They save really too aggressively as well, because without a strategy, they end up putting a lot more money into pre-tax accounts than they should have, and this can cause a tax issue down the road as well. A lot of people that I've seen as well, they avoid using their money for enjoyment in retirement. And they think that every dollar spent today is a dollar lost in the future. And I get it. This can be very difficult. After saving and investing for 20, 30, 40 years, it's very tough for some people to spend that money instead of saving that money. It's a total mindset shift. But through our planning process, we show you how your wealth can grow over time through our red zone retirement planning strategies. People really, what they do in these situations too, instead of maximizing their lifestyle and their financial security, they get caught in really a scarcity mindset. They treat retirement like a financial prison instead of treating it with a financial freedom mindset, which can be very, very sad when I see it happen. But if you want to, check out my Red Zone Retirement Planning book. It's available on Amazon, or if you drop me a message at my email address below, I'll send you a free digital copy. This book really is going to give you a lot of helpful tips on how you can secure your financial future and help you envision the retirement of your dreams and properly protect it as well. Now, let's talk about some false beliefs about this problem. Really, let's talk about what fuels this problem that I see. A lot of people think that more savings equals more security. Again, I believe that this is totally false. Security comes from a structured financial plan, not just a big balance. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Retirement is more about income than some big savings amount that you have built up. People also believe that taxes are way too unpredictable. So it's a lot safer if I just keep everything pre-tax right now in my 30s, 40s, and 50s. Again, I believe that this is totally false. Yes, taxes are unpredictable and they will change. But that is exactly why you review your financial plan every year with your advisor, so that you can structure and adjust and adapt your plan each year based upon tax changes that come out. Another thing is that people think that market downturns can ruin my retirement. So I need to not spend any of my money. I need to hold on to it as long as I can. Again, this is totally false. Through our Red Zone retirement planning strategy, we create buckets of money for our accounts, for our clients. The most conservative bucket is the money that you're going to spend in your first third of retirement, and the most aggressive money is going to be spent in the last third of your retirement. Doing this allows you to live a lot more freely because you're not worried about market downturns tanking your portfolio. Another thought that people have is that I have to work as long as possible so I can be extra safe for my retirement. And what I found is that many people can retire a lot earlier than they think if they have the right strategy in place. You see, you're not going to live forever. You're not going to be as healthy as you are right now forever. And if you want to enjoy life and enjoy retirement, You need to have a properly structured plan in place that allows you the freedom and flexibility to spend money and live life on your own terms. Another big misbelief is this: if I don't touch my savings, my family will be better off in the future. And again, I can tell you time after time after time I've seen this with my clients. True legacy isn't just leaving a bunch of money to your kids when they're in their 60s and 70s. That really does nothing for them. True legacy is maximizing the value of your assets while you're still alive, and then creating a plan for generational wealth. We're just doing this with some clients that I'm working with today. They have more income than they're spending today, plus they have to start taking those wonderful RMDs out of their accounts. They also have a bucket of Roth money that they're never going to touch because they have such large pensions and income streams that we've created. So what we did for these clients is we created a legacy account with the Roth buckets that are designed to go to the kids income tax free. In addition to that, we help them stretch out their RMDs by starting those RMDs a few years earlier to really lower that future tax burden. Doing this really showed our clients that they can leave their kids a pot of tax-free money and still helping them enjoy life today by gifting them money each and every year to help out with daycare costs that their kids have, college costs that their kids have, everyday living expenses that their kids have. It was very powerful. The last, I'll say, misconception that people have is this: if I outlive my savings, I could really run out of money in my later years of retirement. And this is totally true. If you don't properly plan and prepare for market downturns, long-term care costs, longevity costs, inflation costs, you could run out of money in retirement. But through our Red Zone retirement planning strategy, we help you plan for all of these unknowns and uncertainties, and we adjust the plan annually based upon market conditions too. Doing that helps our clients feel a lot more peace of mind, right? It helps them feel secure knowing that everything's going to be taken care of in the future. So as you can see, holding on to these beliefs about saving can actually cause problems instead of solving problems. So if you're worried about your retirement planning strategy, just click the first link in the description below. Fill out a short questionnaire that I've created for you. And after that, I'll send you a personalized analysis video showing you how to maximize your savings for retirement without sacrificing your well-being today. So let's get into now some negative consequences that come out from these false beliefs that people have. And there's a bunch of them, but I'm just going to highlight a few. The first one is that people end up working longer than they have to. They waste really those golden years that they saved so hard for. They don't get to enjoy time with friends and family because they're still working. Many clients fear retiring too soon because they realize that they might run out of money. But through our process, we help them retire earlier through part-time work and through lifetime income strategies that we create for them. The next negative consequence is that they really underspend in retirement. They don't spend what they could because they don't comprehend how their wealth can grow over time through proper asset allocation and through proper spending habits today, and through a planning process that plans for more spending earlier in retirement in your go-go years and less later in retirement during your no-go years. I've talked about this before in extent in my videos. The next thing that happens, and I see this all the time, is that clients that don't properly plan their tax liabilities, they're going to have a large tax burden at age 73 because of required minimum distributions. Because they shove all their money into pre-tax accounts thinking that that's the best way to go, what happens is they have that tax bomb at age 73. A lot of people also stress about finances really when they don't have to. Instead of having a structured, worry-free plan in place, they live in fear of making a mistake with their retirement plan. And this causes unnecessary anxiety in their lives. I always tell my clients this: let us worry so you don't have to. But in reality, we don't have to worry about our clients' retirement plan because when they go through our complete Red Zone retirement planning process, we help them create a plan for all of the unknowns. We bulletproof their retirement plan through our process. The last thing that I see is that people's money doesn't work for them. You see, savings without a spending plan is just a number on a screen. What sense does that make? Retirement is about income, not a big number, like I've said before. A real retirement plan is about making your money work for you through cash flow management. This allows you to enjoy your retirement with peace of mind. More money doesn't equal more security. We have to create guaranteed income streams for you in retirement that you cannot outlive. We have to plan for tax efficiency. We have to have risk modifications as well. We do this through multiple accounts, through guaranteed accounts that you're going to spend today, and through growth accounts that you can access in the future. And again, oversaving in pre-tax accounts can really hammer you at tax time down the road. I believe that a true legacy isn't just about leaving money behind. It's about using your wealth today wisely while you're here. There's a quote that I heard a while back that I love. Our kids need a leg up, not a handout. And I'll say it again for you. Our kids need a leg up, not a handout. And I think this is very important to understand, that your goal shouldn't be to leave kids $2, $3, $4 million at the end of your life. I really believe that your goal should be maximizing your wealth today and using it as a tool that you can see your kids and grandkids enjoy that money while you're still here. I think that's really powerful. The last thing that I'm going to say here, market downturns shouldn't control your retirement decisions, and it shouldn't affect your retirement income as well. If you use our Red Zone retirement planning process, you'll have a structured paycheck come in each and every month that isn't variable based upon market downturns. Just check out my book, The Red Zone Retirement Plan, if you want some more information on that, or book a call with me if you'd like to discuss it further. So now that you know how you should actually be structuring your savings, I'm going to walk you through how I helped a client here recently retire earlier than they thought they could. I'm going to talk to a client that was currently going through our Red Zone retirement planning process at the end of last year, and I'm going to show you how we optimized their plan to help them retire before they thought it was possible. So let me talk to you about their situation before I jump into it. They had a lot of fears and anxiety about retirement. Okay? They feared market downturns. They believed they had to work until 67 to make sure that they didn't run out of money. They had really no structure to withdrawal plan. They were just plowing a bunch of money into retirement plans, hoping that it worked out okay for them. Most importantly, they were really confused about Medicare and unsure how that looked for them at age 65. And emotionally, I can tell you, they felt trapped. They felt worried about the future. And they thought that even if they retired a year sooner than they could at age 67, they'd run out of money. They were age 58, stressed, worried about the future, which is not a good spot to be in. So here's what we did. Once we got into things, here's some things that we found out. They had too much money in pre-tax accounts. What I mean by this is that they were shoving all of their money into pre-tax accounts. And what we found is that once they hit age 73, their required minimum distribution that they had to take was going to create this massive tax bomb for them. It was going to be a problem. In addition to that, they weren't really thinking about inflation, right? So they didn't understand that, hey, my paycheck is going to actually have to grow over time, and we need to plan for that because you're going to be spending more money on just everyday living expenses 10, 15 years down the road. In addition to that, these clients really, they had an over-conservative portfolio. Because of all this fear that they had, they weren't willing to take on some necessary risk with some of their account values. And that caused them to really not have an adequate asset allocation. In addition to that, these clients didn't realize that they could afford health insurance before Medicare age at age 65, and that it was based upon their income, and actually it was extremely affordable. They had enough money to sustain their lifestyle, but they weren't confident in how to spend it or how to watch it grow for legacy purposes. That's where we came in. We restructured their plan through our Red Zone retirement planning process. What we did is we helped them create a structured withdrawal strategy that allowed them to take income earlier at age 62, in fact, to help lower that RMD bomb in the future and help them spend more money in their go-go years, the early years of retirement, versus their later years of retirement. We reallocated funds across multiple accounts to give them that growth bucket that'll be accessed later in retirement, and a conservative guaranteed bucket that they're going to access for their first part of their retirement spending. We did this to make sure that they have increases in their income along the way to account for inflation. Also, we showed them how they can use a private health insurance plan through the Affordable Care Act to really bridge that gap between age 62 and 65 in the most affordable way possible. Also, we helped these clients plan for these unexpected risks and the uncertainties that they had about retirement, such as market downturns, outliving their money, paying for the nursing home. These are all risks that we help them plan for. And again, we were going to adjust the plan accordingly year over year as market transitions happen, life changes happen, and tax situations change as well. So what was the outcome? Well, like I said, we helped these clients retire, projected retirement, at age 62 instead of 67. This gave them 5 more years of financial freedom, 5 more years that they could enjoy traveling, doing the things that they wanted to do before they thought they had to retire at age 67. We reduced their tax burden by systematically and strategically taking out from their qualified taxable accounts earlier. We helped them secure a steady income stream that increased with inflation and that they couldn't outlive. We created a lifetime income stream for them. And what we helped them do was reallocate those investments. They were really scared of risk because they were looking at all of their investments as one account. Well, what we help them do is mentally see how some money is going to be touched later in retirement and some money is going to be spent earlier in retirement. This helped them visualize their retirement plan and get more comfortable with the overall strategy. So most importantly, what was the emotional outcome that they have? And I'm not joking you could see it on these clients' faces once we showed them our financial plan. You could see just a wave of relief coming over them because they finally felt in control. They could visualize their retirement future, what they were going to be doing, who they were going to be doing it with, enjoying time with kids and grandkids. Instead of worrying about every withdrawal or market downturn, they could finally see the income that they had coming in. And what this allows them to do in the future is to enjoy spending each and every month without guilt. Because through our process, they're going to get a paycheck structured each and every month for the rest of their life. It's about income for them in the future. So they stopped worrying about running out of money because they knew that their income was secured for the next 30 years through our process. This Red Zone retirement planning process is designed to remove all fear from our clients' spending. And it's designed for them to see the legacy that they're going to leave to their kids and their grandkids in the future. This couple was able to reconnect with family because they were really planning for that future in several years. They had visions and conquests that they wanted to go on. They weren't worried about unnecessary things in their financial life. This allowed them to have more peace and more freedom, increasing their retirement happiness. Now you should understand how the oversavings trap can actually harm your retirement. And the strategies that we use to help clients restructure their plan, you can use as well. However, I know this information can feel very overwhelming to you, especially right now. And if you're unsure where you stand for retirement, I've created a link for you to check out. Just click the link in the description below, and I'll give you a personalized recommendation action plan for you to help you structure and secure your retirement. Just click the link below in the description, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. This podcast is for educational purposes only and may include references to concepts that have legal and/or tax implications. It's not to be construed as legal or tax advice. Such information or opinions is subject to change without notice and is not intended to use as an offer or solicitation with respect to the purchase or sale of any security, insurance products, or offer of individual investment advice. Any strategies discussed may not be suitable for everyone. Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc. does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your appropriate professional regarding your personal situation prior to making any financial decisions. Securities and advisory services offered through Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Riser Insurance is not affiliated with Mutual of Omaha Investor Services. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Diversification does not guarantee a profit or protection lost against loss in a declining market. Purchase of life insurance is subject to meeting underwriting requirements. There is no guarantee of an individual will be insured. Annuities are long-term investments designed for retirement purposes. Withdrawals of taxable amounts are subject to income tax, and if taken prior to 59.5, a 10% federal penalty tax may apply. Guarantees are backed by the claims paying ability of the issuer and are subject to their terms and conditions.